Teamwork can continue in your organization, even with people working remotely. I'll share an exercise that you can do to engage people and spark teamwork in your company. Hello, I'm Stephen Goldberg from Optimus Performance, bringing you practical tips on leadership, team development, and employee performance management in the workplace. It's really crucial, even with people working remotely, to keep them engaged with the company. And one of the best ways to do that is to spark teamwork. And you can do that with technology, of course. We're all using video conferencing, chat rooms. And so you could have people meet together on these platforms to do teamwork. And one of the best ways to spark teamwork is to give people a problem to solve. Now, this could be teams of people that work together on a regular basis in the workplace. So they come together, they see each other outside of just exchanging about tasks. Or it could be cross-functional teams as well if you want to spark teamwork between departments as well. So what you want to do if you're the leader, the business owner, you want to first of all create a team to come up with topics that you want people to work on. Or you could just choose a topic. So one of the topics that I like that you can give to people to work on is how do we stay connected even while working remotely through this pandemic that we're experiencing now? Or it could be a topic related to that. How do we keep our sanity working remotely? How do we keep feeling engaged with the company? How do we keep teamwork going in the company working remotely? So, it's nice to choose a topic that affects everybody, that's a human subject, much easier to do than an analytical thing that people have to really be together with instruments to measure. So something along those nature that affects everybody. And you have a team of, let's say, 5 to 7 people, and they brainstorm what are some solutions to the problem. And then they come up with a proposed plan of action. So you just don't want a list of solutions. You want them to be able to put that into a suggested plan of action. Now, let's say you have 4 or 5 teams working on this. You could give the same question to each team. And then if you have 5 teams, you give the solutions or the plan of action from each of the other teams to a particular team. So in other words, team 1 would look at the recommendations from teams 2, 3, and 4. Team 2 would look at the recommendations from teams 1, 3, and 4, and so on. That way, each team is looking at the other team's recommendations, and then they rate them on a scale of best proposed solution and plan of action on a scale of, let's say, 1 to 5. 5 points making it the best solution that gets the most votes, the most points. And then you tally that up and you see which has been voted the winning solution. And then you share that amongst all the teams, all the participants, and you take those recommendations and you meet with your steering team and you discuss how to implement that. Now, it's really important that people get feedback on what you decide to do with these plan of action, with these solution recommendations, and not only the people that were participating, but that everybody in the company also gets informed of this activity and what the result was. Now, I've written all this out in an exercise that you could download and follow and obviously modify in a way that suits you best. But I map out the whole process so that you could take that and follow step by step. It's really important to keep people connected, to keep them in conversations with each other. And what better way than to have them work on a problem? This will contribute to continuous improvement, will get people engaged. One last thing is when people work in a team, whether they're doing it remotely or in person, there needs to be certain rules in place. You need to have a facilitator. You need to have maybe a timekeeper. And for this project, you want to name a champion that will make sure that it gets rolled out and follows up with people so that the project actually unfolds and comes to a fruition or brings forth a result. So I hope you find this tip useful and that you'll get teamwork going even remotely in your company. I know a lot of people at this time have gone back to the workplace, but you could do a mix, some on-site and some remotely, or combine the two. So just be creative with it. Check out some related videos. There's a whole bunch of videos on problem solving, on brainstorming, different ways to use the techniques of problem solving. And that's really important when it comes to implementing this type of exercise. So check that out. Check out some of the articles on the blog section of our website. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk again soon.